Abolitionist Movement. Presented by Ashton Matheny and Tyler Anderson, Cottonwood High School, 10th grade. Good morning and thank you for joining us today. Today we're talking about the Abolitionist Movement. Before we just jump in, let's start where slavery was first ever recorded to be introduced in the U.S. Slavery was first recorded to have started in 1619 at Jamestown, Virginia. The arrival of the 20 and odd African captives aboard a Dutchman of warship on August 20th, 1619, historically marks the early planting of the seeds of the American slave trade. Although many American slavery was not a known institution at the time, this group of Americans was the first laborers when the first built American slave ship Desire launched from Massachusetts in 1636. It began the slave trade between Britain's American colonies and Africa. Over here we have the first Africans in English America. It's the historical landmark, and it tells you basically how it started, when, and how. You find it at cumula.com.
The Constitution banned the importation of slaves in 1808, but with growing achievements in technology like the cotton gin and sewing machine, the need for cotton grew, and to be able to keep up with the growing demand, farmers needed more slave labor. By 1830s, many Southerners had shifted from slavery and necessary evil to slavery and positive good. Pamphlets sprung into existence in the New England American colonies. South Carolina instituted penalties for anyone bringing written anti-slavery material into the state in 1820. These written pamphlets argued against slavery, saying it was a social and moral evil. In 1829, David Walker, a freedman of color originally from the South, published an appeal to the colored citizens of the world in Boston, Massachusetts. It was a new benchmark pushing the abolitionists toward extreme militancy.
Okay, you have anti-slavery posters, you have anti-slavery meetings, which you can find on Pinterest.com. You have the outrage, which abolitionists wrote to make people revolt. You have to find out local.government.com. And you can find us on No Slavery 4th of July. You can find us on civilwartalk.com. Here you have a picture of David Walker and his appeal. You can find out Blog Talk Radio. And then you have the picture of the cover of his appeal, which you can find on New World Encyclopedia. And then you have a David Walker quote. Now I ask you, had you not rather be killed than to be a slave to a tyrant, who takes the life of your mother, wife, and your little children? Look upon your mother, wife, and children, and answer God Almighty, and believe this, that it's no harm for you to kill a man who's trying to kill you, than it is for you to take a drink of water when thirsty. You can find it on the azquotes.com.
Walker's publications were too extreme even for most abolitionist leaders, including one of the most renowned, William Lloyd Garrison. In 1831, Garrison founded the Liberator, which would become the most famous and influential of abolitionist newspapers. Publications like an appeal to the colored citizens of the world led white Southerners to conclude Northern abolitionists intended to commit genocide against them. In Philadelphia in 1833, the first American Anti-Slavery Society convened. In backlash to the convention being held, tons of pro-slavery riots broke out across the northeastern states, including New York and Philadelphia. Many southern states asked Congresses to suppress abolition groups and their literature. Their plea was answered affirmatively by the U.S. Supreme Court in 1841.
Here's a picture of the Liberator. It's an original copy, as you can tell by the creases. You can find us at britannica.com. Martin R. Delaney gave up publishing his own paper, The Mystery, to help Frederick Douglass. He was born free, so therefore he was never a slave. He was one of the 3 black men that Harvard accepted to attend the school. After white students successfully petitioned to have the 3 men removed, he became an ardent black nationalist. He traveled to Africa in 1859 to negotiate with 8 tribal chiefs in Abikita for land. He planned to start a colony of well-educated and skilled black men. The agreement fell apart, though, and he returned to America. Here's a picture of Martin R. Delaney. You can find it from blackpast.org. Just look in Delaney.
Congress passed a law that called the Fugitive Slave Act of 1793, which stopped Northerners from keeping slaves. But with this law in place, many abolitionists still harbored and played slaves. This measure met with strong opposition in the northern states. Some of the northern states enacted personal liberty laws to interfere with the federal laws. As a concession to the South, a second and more rigorous fugitive slave law was passed as part of the compromise in 1850. This act added further provisions regarding runaways and levying even harsher punishment for interfering in runaway slave capture.
Here's the Fugitive Slave Acts of 1793 and 1850. Here you have the original copy of Fugitive Slave Act. You can find this at publications.newberry.org. Here is basically the summary of both laws. It states that the Slave Act of 1793 arose from a dispute between the states of Pennsylvania and Virginia. And the Act of 1850 passed part of the Compromise of 1850. And you find this on slideshare.net. Important figures and revolts. Benjamin Millay and Moses Brown are just a few of the early abolitionists that are most famous in the U.S. and London. And later came William Garrison, Frederick Douglass, David Walker, and many more. The slave revolts that many Southerners remember are Spartacus in the Third Civil War, Nate Turner's Rebellion, and the Gasper-Youngest Rebellion. Just some of the early revolts are Abolitionist Movement, but they are also the most renowned. Some of these revolts date back all the way to 73 BC, so it just shows that slavery just didn't pop up out of nowhere. It has been around for a while, even before our ancestors were here in the U.S. Picture of Frederick Douglass. You can find those in historyworld.org. Here's William Lord Garrison quote: "I will be harsh as truth and uncompromising as justice. I am earnest. I will not evacuate. I will not excuse. I will not retreat a single inch, and I will be heard." Find us at azquotes.com. The abolitionist movement led to a lot of events in history, from the Underground Railroad to the Credit War, even to later activists like Martin Luther King and his son, Martin Luther King Jr. This movement was linked in many other major events in history. It's also inevitably led to the assassination of Abraham Lincoln by John Wilkes Booth. Thank you for being with us today as we talk about abolitionist movement. Martin Luther King quote: "I have a dream that my 4 little children would one day live in a nation where they would not be judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character." Find us on webhost.com. Here's our credits. We use history.com, historynet.com, newzone.com, constitutioncenter.org, history.com, history.com. Thank you.